Hi everybody, my name's Kelly Phones. I'm an educator here at Montavilla Sewing Centers located in the Portland, Oregon area. Today we will be working with the free motion options on the Janome M7. There are quite a number of them, and it is important to set up the machine the correct way so that you get the best performance. And I'm going to show you the way I like to do it. The first thing I'm going to do is come into my settings, because I want to be sure that this thread cut after auto lock is turned off. I like to bury my thread tails, so I want to make sure those tails aren't getting cut by the machine. Then I'm going to hit OK, and that's going to take care of that. Frequently I don't sew with that feature on, but I want to make sure it's turned off before I start doing anything. Second thing I'm going to do is change my needle plate. If I already have the straight stitch plate on, I'm not going to worry about it, but in this instance we have the normal zigzag plate on. So to do that, I'm going to lock the machine. This is going to give me the button so that the machine will automatically take that needle plate off for me. I'll pop it up. And I like to reset my bobbin whenever I take my needle plate off. So I'm going to come in and just pop it back down, and the machine's going to take care of that for me. You will get a note on your screen that says, please make sure the proper presser foot is attached. Straight stitching needle plate is set. So what that's telling you is that it's limiting what stitches that you're allowed to do with this machine, and you want to make sure that the presser foot you're using is compatible with the needle plate that you've selected. So now we're going to reset that bobbin. Grab that, put that bobbin back in. And I know my hands are blocking your view. In other videos, we do have a much better shot of putting your bobbin in. So there's a couple ways you can set up your machine for free motion. You can just choose a straight stitch, and you can drop your feed dogs right here. Anytime you see this free motion foot, the picture of it, that means your machine's in free motion mode. This is not my preferred way to do free motion or any kind of thread painting with this machine, simply because your tensions behave differently if you do it this way. You can do it this way though. My preference is to come into your t-shirts, which is your techniques or your applications section, and we're going to select the quilting section and select free motion. And then we have the options of different straight stitch. Remember, we're not going to be able to do a zigzag stitch or a variable zigzag with the straight stitch plate on. We'll have to put our zigzag plate back on. So here you can see that I have the option of putting my free motion, my regular free motion foot on, or if I tap this button, you have what I refer to as the floating feet. And what these do is they attach to your regular ankle, and they allow you to adjust the height of the foot. And you're just going to have this foot floating, just skimming right over the top of your fabric. You don't want it to dig into the fabric, and you don't want it too high. You just want it barely kissing your fabric. So let me go ahead and show you how to put that foot on. It has a double bar system, so it can be a little bit tricky. First thing you're going to want to do is push the lever on the back of the ankle, which is going to drop your normal foot off. Now you have, let's see if you can see these very well. They're kind of tiny and they're clear. So this one is an open toe And the difference is this is a closed toe. So you have the option of using the open toe or the closed toe. So we're just going to go ahead and grab the open toe, and it's largely a matter of preference. So you're going to, there's a bar here, and there's a little hook right here at the back of your ankle. So you're going to hook that bar on, and you're going to hold on to it, and shoot. You're going to snap that on just like that. Let me show you that again. You want to make sure that your manual lift is operational, which mine was not. So let me show you that again. So you're just going to hook that onto the back, hold it on, and drop it on. So that front bar clicks into your ankle just like a normal foot would. Then you're going to simply tuck it under there. Now I had been using the thread cutter, so the first thing I need to do is pull up that bobbin thread, and this is my little sample fabric. This is your one stitch stop button. So what that means is I can turn it on, it's going to take one stitch and stop, and I can pull up my bobbin thread, which is down there somewhere. Here we go. So now I'm all ready to start my free motion. So when you have your thread above your project, you are good to start your sewing. So I'm going to drop that foot and start my machine. And I always test it out, make sure my tensions are correct. So everything is going the way I like it. And I am very much a beginner at free motion. I'm sure most of you would be able to do this and make things much lovelier than I am. So we're gonna stop that, raise the needle, raise our foot, and go ahead and trim that thread to any length that you want. And trim the thread. And there you go. I have found that this machine does an excellent job with the auto tension. So I'm not working particularly hard. This is the back of the fabric. And all of my little curves and everything, I'm not getting any kind of eyelashing. And I actually am using embroidery thread in both the bobbin and the needle this time, just because it's very visible. So this is how you would do free motion with your floating foot. It can be helpful to go ahead and turn your pivot button on, so that way anytime you pause, it'll raise that foot for you. But you can try these different options and see which ones you like the best. Now, to put on your regular free motion foot, you're going to actually remove your whole ankle. So you're going to take this screw and you're going to loosen that ankle, and you're going to remove the whole thing. I keep a foot on my ankle because this little flat piece, it disappears on me. It'll slide under the machine, I'll lose track of it, and then I can't sew. If I keep a foot on it, I find that it's much easier to keep track of. So put it somewhere safe, like where you can actually find it again, because often my somewhere safe takes me a while to find it. So this is one of your free motion feet. This is the closed toe, and this is the open toe. A lot of people prefer the open toe, some people don't. Again, a lot of things are really a matter of personal preference. So to put this on, oops, I don't know that I can get this on without blocking your view. So you're just going to line it up like this, and then you're going to tighten that screw down. See if I can get that done without blocking the view of what I'm doing. So when I get that down pretty well, I'm going to make sure that's on correctly, and we're going to tuck our fabric underneath the needle. Now this is a feature that I'm going to show you that is unique to this machine, where you can do free motion with your feed dogs up. This I find gives you a little more control. It gives me a little more confidence when I'm doing free motion. Some people love using the feed dogs, some people hate it. Try it both ways, see what you like. Try it both ways on different projects. I have a feeling that some projects will work better using those feed dogs and some projects not so much. So we are going to start the machine. That was our one stitch stop to pull up the bobbin thread. I went ahead and did that primarily out of habit. Since I am still learning this, how to do free motion, I am trying to develop good habits. So I'm going to drop that, and now, and of course you can use your foot control. I'm just using the start-stop button primarily for convenience. So this is nice and smooth. It doesn't hesitate. So honestly, guys, if I can get decent free motion results on this machine, all of you who are real artists are just gonna love doing this. So I'm gonna stop it, and I'm going to disengage those feed dogs just so you can see that, you know, visually, it's more about how you feel about the process. And I'm trying to do this one-handed. So either way works great. So again, I've got really good results on top. So this was with the feed dogs engaged, and this is with the feed dogs down. And for me, I felt a little more confident on this section than this section. And part of it is doing this primarily with my left hand. That said, when I turn it over, I'm still not getting any eyelashing on this. So my tensions are perfect either way. There is one more area where in your techniques that you're probably going to want to use, which is a specific section just for ruler work. Now, you've got the medium and you've got the light setting, and that just depends on how deep you want your stitches to go into your fabric. So to put your ruler foot on, which comes with your machine, and again, it's going to tell you exactly what foot to use. You're going to take this one off, and it's a matter of changing out your ankle. So whether you're setting this up for ruler work, or you're doing traditional free motion, or you're working on more of an art quilt where you're adding elements to a landscape, or you're doing machine embroidery. You have so many options on this machine on how you set it up. There's multitudes of feet. I think it comes with 7 different feet you can use. And there's so many different ways you can approach it and set it up. If you leave your your zigzag plate on, then you can even do various widths of zigzags on the fly, which is really fun in applique mode. So again, explore this, access your instruction manual, use your AccuSpark app, and give me a call at our Beaverton location, which is where I'm usually found, or call any of our stores if you need additional information or assistance with this. Happy sewing, and thanks for watching.